A recipe of contrasts, unearthed in a society shaken by war, resulting in one of Scotland's most celebrated and debated structures, St. Peter's Seminary, a Roman Catholic priest training college nestled in a Victorian woodland 20 miles north of Glasgow in a town called Cardross. Built in a period when evolving notions of community swept through Europe and within the Church, it stands a unique fusion of post-war Scottish Catholicism's confidence and the evolution of Scottish modern architecture. A place where contrasting narratives collide, fostering creativity and exploring memory, time, and identity within the embrace of space. These paradoxes lie in delicate tension, binding, blending, batching, bending, bearing, butting, and breaking. Following the World Wars, Scotland saw a huge shift in the meaning of community, understood increasingly as more and more complex. New concepts of community living were expressed within the influx of housing schemes in both Glasgow and,
most exciting of all, whole new towns like East Kilbride, Cumbernauld, Glenrothes and Livingston have been built, with modern factories, shopping centres and carefully planned schools.
For modern designers, collective identity could be created by the design of new buildings. Form should follow function. No need for ornamentation. Minimalism is ideal. Glass, concrete, steel. Stronger, lighter, taller. Post-war Scottish Catholicism, perhaps clouded by confidence, addressed its growing population with an extensive church-building programme. The designs of new churches combine traditional theology with modern architectural ideals of community living, of which St. Peter's stands an embodiment. The conception of St. Peter's in Cardross begins with a fire at the previous site in Bearsden, which then moved to Darleith and then to Kilmahue in 1948. In 1953, a plan to expand Kilmahue House emerged to support the rising number of student priests, and the chosen architectural firm was Gillespie Kidd and Coyer. Intricate relationships between small units and large volumes crafted a sense of hierarchy and order, each part perceiving the next. Movement within the complex was formal and continuous. Links, walkways, canopied stairs, straight, angled, sinuous. This constant flux between solitary cells and shared spaces, in a sense, encapsulated the entirety of a student priest's life within his self-contained community. Materials like heavy aggregate precast panels and exposed concrete harmonised with the existing stone house, embracing rough finishes and irregular forms that reflected human imperfection and a multifaceted national identity. doors breaking, windows jamming, and water ingress, post-structural issues, but weren't the sole reason for evacuation. St. Peter's rose and fell during the post-council reform era. Curricular changes discarded the need for geographical isolation, while a declining number of those entering priesthood mirrored shifts towards secularization. Intended for 100 students, by 1979, there were just 21, and in 1980, 14 years after its opening, St. Peter's shut. Since closure, the seminary has resisted numerous attempts at redevelopment and demolition. The secluded wooded landscape is perhaps its biggest protector, deterring potential buyers and casting doubt on the site's resurrection, the opinions of which are interwoven in its narrative. Some see a mythic tragedy, a forsaken architectural masterpiece, while others, including college students and Cardross residents, may disagree. These ongoing debates underscore the strange and romantic allure ruins hold for us. People often associate ruins with antisocial behaviour, but they also offer a canvas for unself-conscious creativity. Though its original purpose is past, the seminary persists in nurturing emerging communities. Its unconventional nature provides an alternative refuge for those seeking socially safe spaces away from urban restrictions and prying eyes. Memory and time intersect as we trace the footsteps of St. Peter's predecessors. Although abstract concepts, both are essential in establishing our identities. The disorganised ruin challenges fixed modes of remembering and defies the powers that shape our relationships with space, providing unfiltered scopes for untold narratives. While we often tether ourselves to material culture, our true kinship lies with nature. The fragility of man-made structures subject to natural elements is a stark contrast to preservation. It's a harsh reminder of the very decay that ultimately awaits us, and is perhaps a source of our dark fascination with such sites. With shifting economic and social priorities, it's sentimental and unproductive to suggest every defunct building should decompose. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Local communities should be the focus. Still, unconventional sites are essential to disrupt the established norms of collective memory and identity, so new notions of autonomy and community may continue to evolve. St. Peter's Seminary, unconfined by its birth, transcending its death, simply breathes.